Welcome everyone. Hi Adrian.
Hey David, hey everyone.
How are you doing?
Good, thanks man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. We were sharing both our experiences as endorsers of hardcase technologies, and we thought it would be nice to share all this experience and talk a bit about the product with you guys. So Adrian, how do you like these cases? Tell us more about them.
Oh, okay. Well, I love these cases. I've been using the Evitech since they first came out. I actually had one of the first 3 prototypes that were made. I took that one over to Hangout USA in 2014 to sort of give it a bit of a test and everything. And yeah, I mean, I really love the case. I think as an all-round handpan protection case, it's the best one out there. The thing that I love about it is that not just the look and the feel of it and everything, but also that, you know, it does fit in overhead cabins.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, it does
so
fit.
Cool.
So as far as a medium size, the large ones, they don't, but the medium Evitech, which most instruments will fit,
yeah,
they will fit in pretty much every overhead cabin when you're traveling overseas or wherever.
So the product is really well designed, as you can see. Let me show you.
Mine's a little bit lighter. Yours has an instrument.
Yeah, because I have the Eva kit, fly kit inside.
Yeah.
I will tell you more about this later on. So yeah, the design is pretty great. What we like about hardcase technologies is that the customer service is very, very good. So not only they make great case that protects very well your instrument, but they are very good. Alessio is very good at taking care of his customers. If you have any problem, just drop him an email.
Yeah. He's always quick to make sure that, you know, everyone is happy. And the thing is, you know, the Evitech itself has gone through a little bit of an evolution. There's been, you know, little improvements here and there. You know, obviously with anything new, you're always learning and different things happening. They've improved the zips, the handles, the material of the actual casing itself has been strengthened 20 or 30% or something like that as well. These are not waterproof, but they're water resistant. The material, so you know, usually the water just beads off them. Easy to clean. I'll talk a little bit about cleaning a bit as well. But yeah, you know, I think they've really come to a point where they're super stable as far as the whole construction of the case itself.
Yeah, and you have all these little details. You know, you can here customize and have the sticker
logos,
of your logos of your maker.
Yeah.
You can check their website. They're also making now some kind of new covers. You know, with the colors.
Yeah.
You can even print a photo on that textile.
Yeah, it's a material. So they actually, the original ones are these, the black and red. They then started design, like they had a mix of different colors. I actually have a signature one there too, the grey and yellow one, if anyone wants it. Yeah, they have the range of colors. Now he's got the new thing where it's an add-on actual piece of material that goes over in many colors, and you can customize them with photos or anything like that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
So if you're new into the handpan and looking for a case, we strongly recommend Hardcase Technologies Evitech cases. They are very solid, and so you can just go blind and buy them. They're worth it, and we like them. Let's talk now a bit about maintenance of the case and the instrument inside the case. There are little tips that you guys should be aware of.
Yeah, little things that you can keep in mind when you have your instrument with this case. I think the first thing is never to leave your instrument in the case. That's the biggest thing. Now, when I say that, I mean, like, you know, if it's been out in the elements, depending on where you live and the humidity or weather, but if it's been out and there's moisture, you know, moisture can get captured inside. Now, we have steel, the handpan is a steel instrument, so naturally it's more prone to rust if there is moisture. Obviously, if you're traveling, you know, overseas and your instrument is clean and oiled up as well, you know, you won't have an issue so much. But if it's been out in the elements and stuff, yeah, it's strongly advise you do not leave your instrument in the case. I've seen it many times. You probably have too.
Oh yeah.
Even 1-2 nights and the instrument is rusted. You know, so the way to work around that, obviously, I always put my instrument on a shelf. I have shelves at home, or if you have hooks, I also have some hooks too. So if you have to leave it in the case, put it somewhere safe where it's not going to get, you know, anyone to pick it up, but just sort of open up the zips as much as you can so at least some air can get inside. That's the main thing. If air can get inside, then it's going to help with, you know, not holding in that moisture. Obviously, you don't want to have foam that's got wet.
Dry your thumbs.
And then you put the instrument in there, it's a disaster. So,
leave the case open. Sometimes I store them.
Foam
out. You take the foam out and you make sure you're not putting your instrument in a wet foam. Also, you know, when you open your case, make sure you open it till the end, you know, till it stops
right
here, you know, because if it's right like a few centimeters higher, then if you open your case, you can damage the zipper. So Alessio will replace it because he's so good at this, but come on, open it till the end and fully open the case and never let it not closed.
Good point is, you know, if you are, you know, at a friend's place or anywhere, you know, you're always running the risk that someone could pick up your case thinking it's closed. If you have the zips even halfway open, it's enough that potentially the instrument can just fall straight out, and it has happened before to many people. So always, you know, if the instrument has to stay in the case, make sure you zip it at least, you know, to the top or all the way up, so that you're avoiding any issue like that.
It almost happened to me once on stage. One of the backliner, he was rushing, you know, and he was like, this is your instrument, can I take it off the stage? And the case was open, and can you imagine if he had taken it like this, the whole instrument would have been on the floor, falling on the floor. So make sure, even on stage, once you've been putting your instrument in the case, you close it so that if someone want to take up off stage the instrument, it's safe.
It's kind of one of those things where, you know, it's just something to always, you know, we always want to make sure that our instruments are protected, you know, and sometimes you can forget things or whatever, you get caught in a moment, but it's something, if you can try and lock in your mind, as soon as it goes in the case, zip it up, just like an automatic reaction, you know?
Oh, also, did you notice that the strap problem?
Oh, yes,
you know, with the size. Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so
that's tricky.
Some people, I remember earlier on, I had some questions when I did a promotion for these, a bit of a review. Some people were saying that they felt a bit uncomfortable with the straps. Now, the thing is that they're designed in a way that it's shaped kind of like this, but some people put them on, when they put them on the case itself, they put them the other way around. So what's happening is it's now fitting this way around your shoulders. So it doesn't actually feel as comfortable, and it doesn't sit as comfortable. So the way you want to do it is you want to have it so that the straps are, when you put it onto the back, they're like that. So when you put it onto your shoulders, it's actually going into your body like
exactly.
This.
So make sure it's like this with the curves here and not like this on the outside. That's going to change your life.
Yeah. Now, that being said, there are some people, like Colin Falk, for instance, I think he has it the other way, but he's a giant. So
he needs it.
So it may work for some people's body, but in general, this way is going to be the most comfortable, because it's moving, it's actually sitting into your body and around your shoulders. So just a little tip there.
Exactly. There is one question that we get asked so many times is about the overhead. Does this case fit in the overhead? The answer is, if you have a medium size, no problem. It fits in 99% of the flights. Maybe apart from like domestic flights, sometimes.
Some really small airlines.
Scary airlines.
They only fit like 20 people in there or something like that.
Exactly. But still, you can ask them, can I put it in your little closet up front in the cabin?
Yeah, most aircrafts have the front closet. It's usually for the captain's little bag and some of the air hostesses' bags as well. And there's pretty much every experience I've had, there's always been room. I've even fit 2 Evatex
in these closets,
in there. So there's some tricks and ways to do it if you find yourself in that situation. We're going to talk about that in a moment.
Yeah, because we were sharing that we found out that there is kind of two ways to take your handpan in the cabin. So there is the very polite way, and there is the commando way. Do you want to go commando?
I would say the ninja way.
The ninja way.
Yeah, the ninja way. I like to use the ninja way most of the time.
So I'll take the very polite.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, go the polite one. You're a polite guy.
Yeah. Kind of.
Sometimes.
Thanks. Thank you. So the polite way. First of all, when you want to take your handpan in that case and you want to make sure it's going to be in the cabin, be on time. If you have a long flight, 2 hours, even 2 hours and a half, make sure you're on time, because it all starts from being on time, because you can have some little troubles and you'll be happy if you're really on time. First of all, I go at the check-in. So sometimes you don't have any luggage to check in, so you can go straight to the security, and that's the ninja thing, is going to talk about it. But if you have check-in luggages and then this in the cabin, what I do is I go to the desk and I say, hi, I'm here to get my boarding pass and stuff. How many things are you checking in? I say, so I have my suitcase with my clothes and stuff. And they say, and this one? I say, oh no, this one I take it in the cabin if it's okay with you. I've done that so many times. It doesn't fit in the template, you know, that little rolling basket they have. But it's okay. I've done that so many times. It fits in the overhead. Trust me, guys. I know what I'm doing. It's my job. I'm traveling, making music stuff. And so usually I have even a photo with me, you know, this kind of photo. You can find them online, or take one, a photo of the cases in the overhead, and I say, oh look, it works perfectly. So usually you're fine with that. Then you go through the security and stuff. Also, when you don't have any checking in luggages, I go straight to the security with my handpan, and then when I get to the boarding gate, I go and tell the people over there, hi, I'm traveling here with a very special instrument. Have you ever seen it and even heard it? And then I start even to open the case and to play them a little bit of handpan, and I'm telling them it's fragile, it's expensive, and I'm traveling with it as a hand luggage in the cabin, and I know it doesn't fit in your template basket, whatever. But is it okay with you? I'm used to do it. Usually it's okay. And so they say yes, you know, and I make sure I'm like almost among the first people who board on the plane, you know, right after the premium first class people. Business. I try to board, because that's tricky, you know, when you're lazy to board and you're like, yeah, whatever happened, I'll be in that flight. Sometimes when the flight is full, they're asking a few passengers, like sometimes it's like, starting from now we're gonna check in some luggages for free because the flight is full, and so then you are in a mess if you have to check it in. So the thing I'm doing for these cases is that I always travel with a fly kit. So the fly kit is made of these two shells. Can I call that a shell?
Yeah.
Two shells in which you put your handpan and then back on the case. So you need to get out the foam from your case and put it in that fly kit. So in the normal one, you have two foams on each part of the case. So you take out the foam and you put them in that fly kit. That's what I did here. That was the original foam. Then you put the instrument in. Make sure you have this for the ding, and then you're all good. If ever they are checking in your luggage, you're fine. So that was the very polite way, being on time, explaining them, you know, it doesn't fit, but you're here on time, nice, kind with them, explaining it's rare, it's fragile, it's expensive, and you'll be all good.
The ninja way, which is what I use most of the time, although I'm polite as well, but the ninja way is I just try to make the case and the instrument just, you know, not invisible. It's not really seen. It's just part of whatever, you know. So from the get-go, as soon as I get into the airport, I literally, if I have a trolley with other things, my other equipment, I kind of make this look like it's just, you know, a hand luggage on the side or something. I don't wear it on my back. When I'm going to check in, I take my trolley. I'll have this, you know, I'll hold it on the side. Okay, I'll have maybe my backpack on. I'll walk up, and as soon as I get to the counter, I just put it under the desk.
Yeah.
All right, just lean it up against the desk and hand over my passport and so on. Now, what happens is when they say, what are you checking in? I put in the big stuff, and then if they do have a look around, or there's one of the workers and they're like, oh, what's going on with that one? I just say, look, I'm a professional musician, or this is my expensive, unique instrument. You know, again, the same sort of principles. and just say it's, I take it on board with me. I travel all the time, and it fits in the overhead. And most of the time they're cool with it. They're like, okay, no problem. I even have a little tag here, which from the flight coming over here to France.
And you're keeping.
I'm going to keep this, because it says cabin baggage. And I'll keep that on as much as I can, because even on the way home, at least they'll see it. If I do get someone who's a little bit more, they're a little bit harder on you, at least they can see, oh, you have brought that in. So it's just like a little safety point there to keep it intact in case you get problems later. But in general, look, we know that they do fit in the cabins, in the overhead bins. There's only a few cases where it might be a really tight squeeze or not fit at all. The other option you have is to ask them if they can place it in one of the closets that they have in the front or the back of the
and that's a thing, asking to be in the closet, it's a thing that show them what you're doing. Sometimes they say, no, it doesn't fit, or it won't fit, or I say, okay, so sometimes what I do is, can I put it in your closet up front, the first class closet, if the first class is not full, and they're like, the guy knows the trick, so
he knows what we have here. It's like, so it's a perfect way to do it, because it shows them that you're experienced with it and you do travel with it all the time. So anyway, so what I do is I try and again make it more invisible. I just do that, and usually no problem. If you get to the gate, or when you get to the gate, the other thing too is going through customs. This will generally fit through most of the X-rays they have. I have noticed recently that they've made some smaller ones. So if it doesn't go, they'll inform you anyway. Oh, it's not going to fit. They usually take it to another one. You'll just have to go through as normal, and they'll take it through, and then they'll bring it to you on the other side. Of course, always say, listen, please be careful with it. Don't open it unless you have to. Come and see me or whatever. I always just let them know, hey, it's expensive, it's fragile, etc. Be confident when you talk to them. Have a smile, but say, look, it's really fragile. Please be careful. Don't hold. I even sometimes tell them how to hold it. And they do it. They will hold it that way. So once you're through, when I get to the gate, holding on to that ninja mentality, what I do is I actually take the back straps off. I throw them in my backpack. I put my backpack on over my shoulders, and I hold this bad boy like a ninja on the side and to the back a little bit, so it looks as small and unobtrusive as possible. So that way, you walk up, you just hand over your border pass. Most of the time, they don't even look at it.
It's all about the right angle with these guys,
Exactly. Yeah, it's the ninja angle, right? So that's the trick that I normally use. Straps off, makes it look even smaller again, more low profile. Okay, hold it on the side. If you have a backpack or whatever, have that on your back. If you walk up there with this thing on your back, they're just going to automatically go, oh, what's going on here? This is too big. So it's like, I'm not doing it because I'm afraid they're not going to let it through. I do it because it just minimizes the chance of them saying, oh, hold on a second. I just don't want to bring any attention to myself. That's the trick, really. So that's the ninja way. If you get in, and the other thing that I do is I'm always, once I'm in the plane, I'm looking ahead, right, to where I'm going to sit, and I look to see, okay, the bin's filling up down there, or, are they closed already or whatever. If I see a free spot, even in the first section, boom, straight in. No hesitation. It doesn't worry me. They're not going to say anything. Other people are going to go, that's my spot. If it's free, put it in there. At least that way you're minimizing for that spot to lose that spot later. You get down to your section and there's no places, Look, on big international flights, normally never an issue. There's plenty of room in those things. But that's just another little trick. Look ahead, see if it looks like it's filling up where you're going to sit. If it does, you find a spot further closer to you, just throw it in. It's fine.
And if ever it's full and you're here in the middle of that corridor, do you say?
In the path.
In the path, and you're alone with your big case. Tell them about this closet one more time. That saved my life so many times. Hey, can I be in the in the closet? Sorry.
The other thing, just quickly, the other thing, guys. Again, by taking off the straps and having it this way, when you're walking through, those flight paths, walking through the cabin is quite, tight. So what I normally do is I hold it. I've got my backpack on, and I'm holding this like that. I support it from underneath here, and I'm holding it in front of me as I'm walking through. So again, that's another thing to make it just, you're not hitting anyone. It's just like...
And you gain space without the straps, even in the overhead.
Yeah, exactly. You do. Again, big international Airplanes, no problem. But the smaller domestic ones, take the straps off. You're actually giving yourself more space.
Yeah.
Because there has been ones where it's been a little tighter for me. I've had to really maneuver in there and get it in, but it will fit.
And it's strong enough.
Yeah, it's strong enough this way. So, you know, again, that's a really good tip. Take off the straps before you go to the gate. Put your backpack, throw them in the backpack, put that on. If you don't have it, whatever, but just hold the case on your side like that, a little bit behind.
That was the ninja way to do, and so the polite and the ninja, and we do both. It depends on also. You have to feel also
Exactly.
who you're in front of, and
be confident. Always have a smile on your face. Hey, how are you? I'm here. You know, and if they ask you any questions, it's my instrument. I always take it on board because it's very fragile and expensive, and you know, normally they're fine with that.
And can you imagine how many people are just mean?
Yeah, rude.
Yeah. Do you realize how many people are rude at the airport? So when you get there and you say, hi, how are you doing today? You know, they're like, oh, fine. And you, yeah, I'm traveling, I'm a musician. So I have this luggage and this and that. It makes the whole thing really different.
Yeah, you're already setting the mood for them to help you.
Yeah,
you know,
set the mood for them.
That's what it's about, you know.
You speak so well English.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Set the mood. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
I'm going to write this down.
This isn't about the case. This is about him learning English right now.
Once you get off the plane, there's also an extra step is picking up your luggage. If you want to save you some sweat.
If you've checked it in.
Yeah. If you've checked it in, yes, thank you. Most of the time you will see it not on the main belt, but on the oversized belt. You will see big signs. Sometimes it's kind of yellow, orange, oversized luggage. So you'll find it over there. So do not stress if you don't see it on the main thing.
Yeah, it's happened to me before where it was I checked it in and it wasn't there, and then it was at the oversized. So it definitely, that's what it is. You won't have to sweat it out if you don't see it on the main belt. Go check out the oversized. If you don't know where it is, go and ask somebody. I think another thing we can talk about is traveling with multiple handpans and how to minimize your luggage
and your costs
because it is expensive to take more luggage, as we all know. So what I normally do, and David has an option that he'll explain, one that I use a lot is I actually have a box that fits 2 Ivitecs inside it. And the way that I do it is I reinforce the box a little bit with some extra cardboard, okay? And the bottom of it, I use like a hard foam, packing foam. And then literally I place, and I will fly, when I do this, I usually have 1 or 2 fly kits. So I'll have them on the ding side of the instrument. So then they go in this way, okay? One down like this, with the fly kit on that side and the ding. And then I put a piece of foam over the top, and then I put the other one on top of that. And it literally fits in. You can fit some other stuff in there too, like I throw shoes or clothes or whatever. And that creates in one box, you know, there's your 23 kilos, which is, it's even less than that. But there you go. You've got 2 handpans in one box as one luggage.
Yeah, it counts as one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do kind of the same thing, but with a big, like 300 liters army bag that you can find in any army shops and stuff or online. We'll try to put some links if we can below the video. So I put my 2 instruments in 2 fly kits, in 2 cases, but in one single army bag. So know that 1 instrument plus fly kit plus the case is like 10 kilos.
10 kilos, yeah.
So 2 of them might be 21 kilos. Still, you're below 23 kilos. So that's great. So I put that in this army bag, and it's nice. You're saving 1 luggage, and sometimes, you know, the second luggage is like 150, and the next one, it's pretty expensive. So that saves you 1 luggage.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it as well. And you can also wrap them.
Yeah.
You can have them wrapped or wrap them yourself. I've done that myself too. I actually bought a big roll from a place, and I literally just wrap them up, and then you can put them in the bag, and there you go. You've got your 2 together. But you need to do that with fly kits.
So check in luggages, then you need the fly kit, unless you're doing is
a cardboard box. If you're checking in, you know, it's best to invest in the fly kits, because that's going to give you that added protection that you need, because we don't know what happens down there. So you want to make sure that your instrument is protected. If you have to check it in and you have maybe 1 instrument or 2, whichever you want, you can also just do the Ivitec in a box, maybe reinforce it with some foam or something like that. That's cool too. You wouldn't really need the fly kit for that. It helps, obviously, the more protection the better, but in that instance, you know, even in a cardboard box with some reinforcement, and Ivitec on its own, you're pretty safe.
Just as a summary, what we can say about these cases is, first, they protect your instrument. Second, they have a great design. Third, as you mentioned, how do you call that after sale?
Customer service.
Customer service. The customer service is great. I mean, Alessio is always willing to replace little things, little details, and he's listening to our feedback and stuff, and he's improving always.
Yeah, he's always looking to evolve the company as a whole and bringing out different products, not just the EvaTech. We're talking about the EvaTech today, but there's many other things that they're developing. He's very passionate about protecting these instruments and about his cases. So for that, the evolution of hardcase technologies is fantastic. And again, his customer service is always great. He's always prepared to make something, if it's not right or you're not happy, he's there to make sure that you're going to be happy. So I'm looking forward to what's happening, the new things that are coming out. But as far as the EvaTech's concerned, I think it's at a really good place now. I think all the little tweaks that have been made, it's improved a lot. And now you have all the customizable things, all those options, which is really cool and fun. I would 100% recommend, if you're a new person or existing handpan player and you need a case, check out the website. We both love being endorsed by this product, and we wouldn't endorse it if we didn't believe in it.
Oh yeah.
So thank you to Alessio.
Thank you, Alessio. Baci.
2, 3, 4. No, you can cut that. All right, guys. So we hope you enjoyed this little conversation about the Hardcase Technologies EvaTech. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I think we covered pretty much
everything. I mean, if you have questions, you can put them in below, right?
Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to keep up to date with some handpan reviews, accessories reviews, and all things handpans.
Yeah, subscribe. Do it. See you guys.
Ciao.